Lesson: Mistaken contracts. Mistakes in contracts are a fundamental aspect of contract law, serving as a pivotal category within contractual defenses. Understanding the concept of mistakes in contracts is crucial for legal professionals and anyone involved in drafting or enforcing contractual agreements. This lesson provides a detailed exploration of the types of mistakes that can occur in contracts, their implications, and actionable insights for addressing these issues effectively. Contractual mistakes can broadly be classified into unilateral mistakes, mutual mistakes, and common mistakes. A unilateral mistake occurs when one party is mistaken about a fundamental aspect of the contract. In contrast, a mutual mistake involves both parties holding a shared but erroneous belief about a critical fact. A common mistake happens when both parties make the same error about a basic assumption on which the contract is based. Each type of mistake has distinct legal consequences and remedies, making it essential for contract law specialists to discern them accurately. Unilateral mistakes are particularly challenging because they often involve one party being unaware of the other's misunderstanding. This type of mistake can render a contract voidable if the non-mistaken party knew or should have known about the error. For instance, in the case of Smith v. Hughes, a buyer mistakenly believed he was purchasing old oats when in fact new oats were delivered. The court held the contract valid since the seller was unaware of the buyer's mistake, illustrating the importance of understanding the knowledge and intent of the non-mistaken party. Legal professionals can use this framework to assess whether a unilateral mistake might render a contract voidable by examining the awareness and conduct of the non-mistaken party at the time of contract formation. Mutual mistakes, on the other hand, involve both parties being mistaken about a material fact at the time of agreement. This type of mistake can void the contract if the mistaken belief significantly alters the contract's nature. The landmark case of Raffles v. Wichelhaus exemplifies a mutual mistake, where both parties believed they were referring to different ships named Peerless in their contract. The court deemed the contract void due to the mutual misunderstanding. To address mutual mistakes, professionals can employ a practical tool known as the materiality test, which assesses whether the mistake was about a fact essential to the contract's purpose. If the mistaken fact was material, the contract may be voidable, and parties should consider renegotiation or reformation to align their mutual intentions. Common mistakes, unlike mutual mistakes, involve both parties sharing the same erroneous belief about an external fact crucial to the contract. Such mistakes typically render the contract void if the mistaken fact goes to the contract's root. In Bell v. Lever Brothers Ltd., both parties believed a manager's employment contract could be terminated without compensation, but they were mistaken about the existing legal rights. The court held the contract void due to the common mistake. A practical framework for addressing common mistakes involves assessing the essentiality of the mistaken fact. Legal professionals should determine whether the mistaken belief was so fundamental that it undermines the entire contract. If so, the contract may be declared void, and restitution or a return to the pre-contractual position might be pursued. In practice, addressing mistakes in contracts involves implementing steps to prevent their occurrence and developing strategies for resolution when they do arise. One effective approach is to incorporate clear communication and documentation standards during contract negotiations. Parties should ensure that all terms and assumptions are explicitly stated and mutually understood. Utilizing tools such as checklists and standardized contract templates can help reduce the risk of misunderstandings. Additionally, incorporating a mistake clause in contracts can provide a predetermined mechanism for addressing potential mistakes, outlining the procedure for renegotiation or termination if a significant mistake is discovered. Legal professionals can also benefit from employing a systematic framework for analyzing contract mistakes. This framework involves several steps: identifying the type of mistake, assessing the materiality or essentiality of the mistaken fact, evaluating the knowledge and intent of the parties, and determining the appropriate legal remedy. For unilateral mistakes, focus on whether the non-mistaken party had constructive knowledge of the error. For mutual and common mistakes, assess the impact on the contract's core purpose and the feasibility of renegotiation or reformation. Contract law specialists must also consider the role of equitable remedies in addressing mistakes. While rescission is a common remedy, allowing parties to cancel the contract and restore them to their pre-contractual positions, reformation may be more suitable in some cases. Reformation involves modifying the contract to reflect the parties' true intentions, preserving the agreement's validity while correcting the mistake. This remedy is particularly useful when the parties aim to maintain their business relationship despite the error. Statistics indicate that contractual mistakes are a prevalent issue in legal disputes, highlighting the importance of preventive measures and effective resolution strategies. According to a study published in the Journal of Empirical Legal Studies, approximately 25% of contract disputes involve claims of mistake. This underscores the necessity for legal professionals to develop expertise in identifying and resolving contractual mistakes to minimize litigation risks and foster fair outcomes. Case studies further illustrate the complexities and nuances of addressing mistakes in contracts. In the case of Great Peace Shipping Ltd v. Savliris Salvage Ltd, a common mistake arose when both parties believed a salvage ship was much closer to a distressed vessel than it actually was. The court ruled that the mistake did not void the contract because the error did not render the contractual performance impossible. This case demonstrates the importance of carefully evaluating the essentiality of a mistaken fact and its impact on the contract's execution. To enhance proficiency in handling contractual mistakes, legal professionals should engage in continuous learning and stay updated on relevant case law and legal developments. Participating in workshops, seminars, and professional courses focused on contract law can provide valuable insights and practical tools for addressing real-world challenges. Additionally, collaborating with colleagues and experts in the field can foster knowledge sharing and the development of best practices for managing contractual mistakes. In conclusion, understanding and addressing mistakes in contracts is a critical competency for legal professionals and anyone involved in contract management. By employing practical tools, frameworks, and strategies, professionals can effectively navigate the complexities of contractual mistakes, ensuring fair and equitable outcomes for all parties involved. This lesson underscores the importance of clear communication, thorough documentation, and a systematic approach to mistake analysis, empowering legal practitioners to enhance their proficiency in contract law and mitigate potential disputes.